Hi guys, thank you for watching Mel Scuba World on YouTube. So I want to be talking about like the new diving COVID-19 dive. Is basically we have to go through a medical declaration just about the COVID-19. It's only 4 questions. Number one, are you tested positive, right, with the COVID-19, right, or have been identified as a potential carrier of the coronavirus? Number one, you have to answer yes or no for all the questions. Number two, do you have any experience, any symptoms about like cough, fever, fatigue, muscle pain, difficult breathing, sore throat, lung infection, headache, loss of taste, or diarrhea? Yes or no? Number three, have you been to any location or site declared as hazards with or potentially with a new coronavirus that recognized by the health or regulation authority? Yes or no? And number four, have you been in direct contact with or immediate person who tested positive with the new coronavirus or who was diagnosed as possibly being infected by the coronavirus? So this is like a then medical form, yeah. And on top of that, if you are a new diver, you also need to fill in the medical form clearance from PADI. Okay, so right there, so it's a PADI medical form. And basically, yeah, it's one of the things that you have to do and get it checked before you diving in a new COVID-19 year 2020. So here I want to talk today is about like 8 simple COVID risk reduction steps for divers. Okay, so PADI do have a webinar that the dive center attend and myself attend. So I just wanted to share with you because it's really like good as a step to have a safe environment for everybody. So number one, we talk about like if you have any symptoms. So if you have any symptoms, if there is a yes in one of the medical, unfortunately you have to go get it checked with the doctor, and definitely we cannot get you diving because as soon as you enter the dive centers, we have it here like hand sanitizers around the dive center. We have it here, right there at the counter, right there. When you get checked in, we checked in and get your temperature checked. If you are above 37.5, unfortunately there is an infection, so we probably have to postpone your diving with us. Okay, so that's number one if you have a symptom. So number two, we try to support the space program. So in Malaysia, it's only 1 meter social distancing. Some countries 2 meters. So for us, we try to have our bungees and separate it instead of like very close to each other now. So we have a distance to put their tanks and gear up. So we try to support that space, but sometimes it's really difficult. People just go past through you, right? So yeah, that is hard. This is why like time management at the dive center is very super important in terms of like when the boat leave and when the customers comes in. So you want to be a little bit more organized in terms of that. If you have a space, by all means, right? Okay, so we want to try and support that space program. Okay, and then number three, we try to keep your dirty mitts off. So we want to sanitize our hands again. We have it throughout the dive centers, right? So before, not touch any of divers gears. So we have like a bucket system that we have a name and the diver stuff on top of it. So obviously the divers here gone for night dives. Okay, so I'm here for surface support. So basically we try not to touch people's stuff, okay, and get our hands clean the whole throughout the diving with us. Okay, even we have hand sanitizer on the boat. Number four, yeah, we try to have a medical mask ethic, which is the face covering that we call it here, just because we have a scuba mask, so we do not want people to get confused. So we go ahead and talk about face covering. So like for face covering, some of the customers are okay to wear it. They voluntarily coming into the dive center, they already have a mask. Some doesn't. So we want to be like in the middle, right? We want to be in a safe environment, but in a way like still like fun, and we sell like this type of mask. It looks like a whale, so it definitely encourage people, and people really want to buy it and support us on that. So they would buy it from us, because for us it's like compulsory for you to wear it if it's really busy, because it's so hard to maintain that 1 meter social distancing, and also on the boat, okay, because the air travels, which is it talks about here later on. So number 5, the COVID-19 do hits the scuba, because we wear our scuba mask and we have our regulator in, right? So when we go diving, there's no social distancing needed, because we'll be breathing in from the tank and we'll be exhaling out like in the water. So yeah, that's why COVID-19 hates scuba, okay? So we can be close to each other while we're in the water, okay? Or even climbing on the boat after the dive, we ask the diver to either put their mask and their regulator in their mouth, so that the captain can help them out, or the dive master to help them out, you know, to get them on the boat, okay? So number 6, we want to be lean, clean, yeah, sanitary machine. So we use a defog, okay? So we use a defog to defog our mask right here, okay? So we don't encourage people at all to spit on their mask, even if they have their own mask. So we do not encourage that. So yeah, we give them a mask defogger, so we just ask them to spray and then follow our steps of our mask defog procedure. So then in terms of snorkels and stuff like that, regulator also, and alternate air source, we always have this special dunk area just for regulator to disinfect it, including snorkels, also oral inflation on the BCD. So we always disinfect our gears at the end of the day, okay? All right, so if you're concerned about your diving kit, we do that disinfect at the end of the day. And then there's a few space in the dive centers customers not allowed to go in, because again, it's a disinfected area, okay? No touching from other people. Then we talk about like air sharing is bad at the surface, yeah? So air sharing is bad. So talking about like boat travel, the wind, right, on the boat. So we definitely ask customers to put on their face covering, just to have a good safe environment on the boat, in case somebody sneezes after the dive and everybody else got it. So stuff like that we just need to think about, like people that are more like aware, worried. So we just, you know, just ask them to wear it. And basically once you sign up and diving with us, we go through a welcome briefing that we go through what we do here at dive centers. And we even mentioned, if we ask you to wear face covering, you are okay with that. So basically, yeah, we try to keep a safe environment for us and the customers again, okay? So but air sharing might be very important under the water, so don't test breathe your alternate air source second stage. Test purge it during checks, but leave it disinfected in case someone needs it. So for us, again, like we do ask them to breathe, but then we dunk it in the regulator to disinfect just before the dive, the alternate air source, because even though they have a couple buddy and then they have their own regulator, we don't know who will come to us and give us the out of air hand signal, and we do not want to be stingy and say like, oh, go find your own buddy, right? It can create panic, and then they can get it from your mouth because if you don't want to give it to them. So yeah, so that's what we do here. And if your dive centers or you personally have something that you think that that we need to improve on, or myself, in terms of the COVID thing, and to make it a better place for everybody, do comment below so that we can share about how you handle it at the dive centers or when you teach diving, because it is very difficult to either you lean to this side or you lean to that side, but at the same time you want to make sure that the customer are comfortable, right? So you guys, I also gonna talk about the dent insurance, because the medical the dent questions, right? Okay, I will make a content just about dent insurance as a diver. Okay, and do subscribe my channel, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you do not miss any of my videos. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Till then, bye.